Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, we are covering the ongoing conflict, the ongoing war that is taking place between Armenia and Azerbaijan. So as you know, back in 2020, large-scale hostilities commenced between Azerbaijan and Armenia. We observed a victorious Azerbaijan seizing control of large areas of Nagorno-Karabakh. So if you look at this area to the east of Armenia, so again, Armenia proper, this dark orange color, then you have Karabakh, Nagorno-Karabakh, just to the east, again, of Armenia proper. Now, the Azeris, through the direct support of Turkish forces, through the direct assistance of Israeli technology, were able to essentially defeat the Armenians on the battlefield. The Armenians are a much smaller country in terms of manpower, and the Azeris have oil, lots of oil, which means lots of money. The Azeris also border Iran, which gives Israel direct access to clandestine operations against Iran via Azerbaijan. And that is why Israel directly supports the Azeris. And again, a host of weapon systems have been transferred from Israel to Azerbaijan. And again, that is one of the reasons why we observed this Azeri victory against the Armenians, especially in taking all this territory. Now, within the last few hours, a renewed offensive has been launched by the Azeris. The only strip of land connecting Armenia currently to Nagorno-Karabakh, again, this area is still controlled by the Armenians, is this small strip of land here, which is also protected by Russian peacekeepers. Now, within the last few hours, we know that there has been a direct attack against the capital of the separatist Armenia areas. The capital is Stepanakert. This area has been attacked along with other areas in which the Armenians control territory. Now, what is the meaning of this? Are the Azeris looking to seize full control over all of Nagorno-Karabakh? And what, again, remains of Nagorno-Karabakh is just this area here that is controlled by the Armenians. You have the capital right here. There was a very large battle that took place for the town of Susha, located here. It's a fortified mountain town. That resulted in, again, a Azeri victory when they took control of that town, which makes it very difficult to supply many of the areas in the Armenian areas in which the Armenians control. Now, what is the overall objective of Azerbaijan? Well, clearly, it is to purge the Armenians from Karabakh, from Artsakh, whatever side of the equation you're on, you call this area. Now, another objective, an eventual objective by the by the Azeris, by Azerbaijan, could be the connecting of the Nakhchivan corridor and enclave. This area is also part of Azerbaijan. This area in the green. And ultimately, it would be quite possibly in Azerbaijan's best interest is to seize this territory in between Azerbaijan and Nagorno-Karabakh. Now, will it be a limited operation to seize the highway that runs along the Iranian border down here to the south and create some sort of Azeri corridor that is occupied by Azeri troops as opposed to Armenian forces in this area? Possibly. But right now, there does seem to be a concerted effort by the Azeri forces to drive out Armenian forces that are stationed in what remains of Nagorno-Karabakh in this area. It was, again, a devastating operation that quite frankly saw extensive losses on both sides. The Armenians were very much dug in during the 2020 war. However, because of the use of TB2 drones and other Israeli assets, to include precision-guided weapon systems, long-range multiple-launch rocket systems were also used. The ability of the Armenians to withstand this Azeri offensive was just something they were unable to do. And now with Russia directly involved in this ongoing war with Ukraine, it is making it very difficult for the Russians to honor certain defense agreements between the Russian Federation and Armenia. But again, compounding that, the Turks are very much on the side of the Azeris. So as we speak, the Azeris are continuing to attack. Azerbaijan is continuing to attack the Nagorno-Karabakh area that is still controlled by Armenia. We have not seen any attacks into Armenia proper as of yet. Now, could that happen? It is possible. Is it likely to happen? I would say at this point it is unlikely. I think at this point the Azeris are looking to clean out Armenian forces from Karabakh, quite possibly to launch an actual ground operation to seize control of the city of Stepanakert, located here, and then ultimately drive out any armed ethnic Armenian forces in Karabakh, or Artsakh, however you wish to call it, depending on which side of the fence you are on. Again, these are traditionally Armenian-held areas. Armenians have lived in these areas for thousands of years. So are they rightfully Armenian? Some would say so. The Armenians believe that. On the other side of the coin, during the era of Stalin and the Soviet Union, much of this area was handed over to Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan has a claim, or they believe they have a claim, on these areas. And ultimately, it is the rule of power. The nation state that has the ability to exert military power is going to be the one that walks away with the territory. That's just the way humans are. This is what happens. So we are going to continue to watch what is happening in Karabakh. We are continuing to watch this military operation very closely. We anticipate continued Azeri military operations against Armenian forces in an attempt to drive out Armenian troops in Karabakh. So more to come very, very soon. Thank you for joining us. And as always, have a good day.